Well, my time's about up, fellas, so I guess I'll have to say so long till next month, and I'll see you on the round robin. And that's what happens right there if you get too wild on these things.
Mr. Robin Leach. The Dayton International Air Show is being brought to you in part by Levi's 505 and 506 jeans.
Okay, fellas, we're starting out with a little bit of the Dayton Air Show here. If you hadn't never been up and saw that, it's a really nice show. I don't know if it's got one in Florida or not. You probably do. But anyway, they have some fancy stuff up there. Of course, I made this, copied this about 8 years ago or so. About, I think it's 88 or 7 or something. 87, I guess. Well, let me look at my notes here now. Said I like that banjo playing, and I like country music and bluegrass. Saturday night, I usually watch some of that old-time country music on cable, but my wife's not too much into it unless it's a little bit more modern than some of that really down-home stuff, you know, they got. But I like quite a bit of it. Of course, fiddles and bluegrass like Bill Monroe, it don't take a lot of that to do me. So I want you to get on that banjo and that guitar. I really enjoyed that guitar last time, and now that banjo this time. And so you can always get on there and just pick us a few tunes and kind of talk along as you go. That'd be good. And then Jim Holt was talking about my RC planes and boats. Yeah, we'll have to get them out one of these days. I'll dig out some of my film and I'll have to set up a beta tape to put them on to play them on, because most of all my film, I think, is on beta. And I'll have to get one of them out. And he was saying something about my Ford tractor too. Looked just about like his, I think he said, Jim. Yeah, that 1710. I've had that. Bought it in '85. So we've had that about 11 years. And I got a Kubota too. And we'll have to get up there and go four-wheeling one of these days. We gotta get after my son, make him fix the brakes on that quad. Don't have no brakes on it, so he's liable to run into a tree. And then let's see.
Welcome back to the Dayton International Air Show. In the air right now, an airplane that makes you wonder if your eyes need an examination, Robin.
Well, this is the Harrier. It's an attack airplane of original British design.
No, go ahead and watch a little bit of this Harrier here, and then I'll go back into my comments.
The unique thing about it is called VIFFing, V-I-F-F-I-N-G. It's vectoring in forward flight. They actually rotate the nozzles. And we have today here for the first time in a couple years a AV-8B. This particular aircraft is from VMAT number 203 at Cherry Point, North Carolina.
Now, he just did that to make you think it's kind of ordinary, so you'll appreciate what's to come, because that's the last ordinary thing you'll see this guy do.
He's got a nozzle lever outside the throttle where he can actually control whether the thrust is going up and down or...
Now, this is where it gets unreal.
That's right.
This is a jet airplane. Slower and slower.
He can vector his nozzles fully through 0 degrees right along the center line of the airplane.
Down to about 5 miles an hour right there.
That's right. To almost vertical.
Virtually stopped.
Now using his 6
going backwards.
Yeah.
Look at that, Robin.
This is not an optical illusion. This is actually happening, not trick photography.
You can see the ground reference, the tower in the background. It lets you at home see exactly.
Ain't that something? That Harrier, that's what they ought to have on all them aircraft carriers, man, instead of the ones that they got on there, which they call that a controlled crash. Is when them guys land them jets on them aircraft carriers. Yeah, Jim, I wanted to tell you I was reading about I think we spoke about it on the phone. I was reading about that new digital camera from Sony. It's a one chipper that lives for $3,200 and weighs less than a pound, which is unbelievable. They said you could put it in your pocket, so that's some more small camera. DCRP C7. And I believe I read, I misplaced my video book that you wanted, Jim. When I find the thing, I'll save it for you. But I read that article in there about that camera, and I think it said it's a 12-bit digital instead of 16 like the one you have. And then, of course, my computer is an 8-bit digital recorder. And when I record on it, of course, I can't tell it sounds awful good playing through them hi-fi speakers. But, of course, you know more about that digital quality and stuff than I do. I guess that the more bits you got, the better it is, because I know the video and graphics go up to like 32-bit graphics and maybe higher to get real good quality graphics. And then a lot of these new games has a real high graphic bit graphics too, to make them real good graphics on the new games that's out. And you have to have a pretty good computer with quite a bit of power to run them even. I was reading too about the Panasonic has a new digital. I think I mentioned that to you. They have a new digital. It was in that big book that we got catalog. Under $10,000, you can get 2 Pro recorder player and a recorder player and a player, and then you get the Panasonic 3-chip camera. So that's a good deal. You hook that up and record all digital. So I figured Jim would be getting one of them for too long. And also Jim mentioned he was down in North Carolina, Asheville, which is where I was born at, Asheville, North Carolina. And the Biltmore House, which down there in Asheville, I live right by it and never did go to it. My aunt said, well, we'll have to go over there and go through that. I've saw tours through it, you know, but I've never been over there, although I live real close. He was talking about them ATVs there. A lady at church, his boy got killed back there about a